Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to start with that how we can iterate over an array, right? So let's see how we can iterate over an array. So first of all, we need to import NumPy as NP, and we have an array is equal to np dot arrange. Here we have 25 comma, let's say 61. So again we are having an array of 36 elements, right? So this is an array of 36 elements, right? Now if you want to iterate over this array, you can simply write for I in array, and you can print I. This will be giving you all these 36 elements, right? So iterating over one dimensional array is very simple, right? What you can do is, let's say if you have a multi-dimensional array, let's say if you have array 1 is equal to np array dot reshape. Okay, I'm going to reshape it in 6 rows and let's print array 1, and this is a 2D array. Okay, now if you want to iterate over this array 1, so you have to write for I in array 1, and printing I is going to give you the rows, right? What I want to access uh, uh, these elements one by one, right? Like this we have printed. If I want to access these elements one by one, you have to run another loop. So for example, for j in I, here you can write, let's say you will be writing row and j, or you can write here element in row, then print element. Let's see what we are getting. We are getting these elements one by one, right? So what we have done, if you want to iterate over a 2D array, two-dimensional array, then what you need to do? You need to run two loops. If you have three-dimensional array, you need to run three loops, and so on, right? Instead of doing this, so instead of running two loops, what you can do is, let's say if you have array 1, which is a two-dimensional array, if you want to iterate over it element by element or value by value, one single value at a time, then you can use for element in array1 dot np dot nd iter. Sorry, np dot nd iter, and here you can pass array1. Okay, now let's just print elements executed. You are able to iterate these elements one by one. Okay, now if you see this np.nd iter is what it returns, an iterator object, and using which you can access the element through the you can access the element one element at a time from this multi-dimensional array, right? Now there is another attribute called order is equal to c. Okay, what is this order is equal to c? So when you write order is equal to c, you will be able to access the value into the row measure form. Row measure form means what? So you will be able to access these values one row at a time. So like in the so first 25 to 30 you will be getting 25 to 30, then 31 to 36 you will be getting, then 31 to 36, then 37 to 42, 37 to 42, and so on. So when you are writing order is equal to C, it is accessing the values into the row measure form. If you want to access the value into the column measure form is first you want to access the value of the first column, then second column, then third column, then fourth column, and so on. So you can just mention here order is equal to F. Writing order is equal to F is going to access the element into the column measure form. Now you can see 25, 31, 37, 43, 49, and 55, right? So 25, 31, 37, 43, 49, and 55. Then second column it is going to access, and so on. Clear? Fine? Fine, everyone? Any question in this? So this is how you can iterate over an array. We have seen the np.nd iter function, and yesterday also we have seen that function. Can anyone tell me, yesterday we have learned about that function, which function was there to flatten a multi-dimensional array? So to convert the higher dimensional array to a single dimensional array, how you can do that? How can you guys do that? Yes? Yes, Ravel function. Clear. Okay. So now today, next topic we are going to have a look at like how you can split an array. Before splitting the array, we have seen the indexing yesterday. We will do the slicing also. Okay, so let me do here slicing. So we have array one. Okay. Now in this array one, yesterday we have seen that if you want to access, let's say, accessing 42, right? If you want to access 42 from this array, how you can do that? This 42. How can you do that? So can anyone tell me the how you can access 42 from this array? What is the index of 42? Column index and row index, or row index and column index? First row and column, or first column and row? 2 comma 5, right? Let's see. So you want to access 42. So first you have to give row index. Okay. What is the row index? So 42 is in second row, right? Because indexes starts from 0. So this is at 0 index, this is at 1 index, and this is at 2 index, right? So you can write here 2. Now you want to access 42. Second, you have to give column. What is the column index? So first column is at 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So you can write here comma 5. Okay. So doing this will be giving you this element. You can also write this in this way. You can also write this way also. Same thing, same result you will be getting in both the cases, right? Whether you write this way or this way, in both the cases you'll be getting this same result. Okay, so this is indexing if you want to access only one element. Okay, let's say if you want to access row at index 3, what I should write? Array 1, what I should write? Simple, 3, right? If you'll be writing 3, which row index it will give? Can anyone tell me which row it will be giving me? Array 1 of 3, which row it will be giving me? Just give me the first element of that row. 43, right? This one, clear? So executing this, it is going to give you this, right? Now let's say if I want to access this column 27, 33, 39, 45, 51, and 57, how can I do that? I want to access 27 column, 27, 33, 39, 45, 51, and 57, this column. How can I do that? Array 1 of. Okay, so I want to access this. So first of all, I want to access all the rows, right? Since you want to access all the rows, how you can access all the rows? You have to write this. So this is called slicing, row slicing. Okay, this is called row slicing. So how you can perform the row slicing? So let's say if I want to slice these two rows, this row and this row, clear? How can I slice these two rows? So to slice these two rows, we have array 1, and here we have to give the start index. What is the start index of this? The index of this row. What is the index of this row? 0, 1, and 2, right? So you will be writing here 2, colon. You want to slice till 43, right? Means this row. So what will be my stop index? What will be my stop index? 4, right? Yesterday we saw that stop index should be 1 extra than the index till where you want to slice. So it will be slicing 2 and 3 rows, right? So if you'll be executing it, you'll be getting 3 rows. Clear? So you have done the row slicing. Now, when you want to access these all elements, in this case, what you want? You want 0, first row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, and sixth row, all of them, right? So if you will be writing here colon, colon, if you'll be writing here colon, colon, then it is going to give you all the rows. It is going to give you slice all the rows, means starting from 0 going till the end. If you don't mention any value in the start and stop position, it slice all the rows, right? So that's why we have written this one. Now next we have to do the column. We have to access the column. So in this, the column is at what index? This column is at 0, 1, and 2 index, right? So you'll be writing 2 here, and it gives you the value of this column 27, 33, 39, 45, 51, and 57, right? Okay, so now you guys give me the output for this. I want the output 32, 44, then 34 and 46. Okay, give me these values from this array. Okay, so now let's continue. So I think I have got the answer for the previous question. I want to access these values, right? So I'll be writing here print array1, and I want to access this 32, 44, and 34 and 46. Okay. Now you guys tell me one thing. What is my start index for the row? What is the start index for the row slicing? When you want to do the row slicing, what is the start index for that? 1, right? Okay, so everyone is saying 1. My start index is 1. Yeah, 1. Now, what is the next index? Okay, so next index is 1, 2, and 3. It is, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, so next index is 3, right? So you have to give one index extra, that is 3 plus 1, 4. Correct? But if you'll be writing 1 colon 4, it is going to take 1, 2, and 3, right? We don't want this second row, right? This row at index 2, we don't want that. So there is something called step size. When you will be writing 2, it is going to take every second element, okay? So it is going to take this row, first row, and then the second row is what? This one. Why? Because of this step size 2. Okay, similarly, next what you want this column and this column, right? 32. So now if you will be executing this, what you are going to get? You are going to get only these 2 rows, right? You are getting only these 2 rows. Next, what you want this column and this column, means 32 and 44, 34 and 46. So again you have to do the column slicing. To do the column slicing, what I want, so the column at index 1. Okay, so now next what we want this column and this column. So we are starting from which column? What is my starting column? It is 1, right? So I'll be again writing 1. Okay, column. I want to go till 1, 2, and 3. I want third column at third index, right? So I'll be giving 1 index extra, so this will be 4. But I don't want 1, 2, and 3 column. I want 1 and 3 column, right? So column 2 again. Execute it and I'll be getting this. Clear, everyone? Fine, guys. Anyone having any question in this? Column 2, why once again? Okay. So column 2, this is something called step. So I will now explain this slicing concept to you. Okay, what is slicing? So when you do this slicing, you write the array name. Okay, then you write the square bracket. Here you give the start index, stop index, then you give the step size. Okay, this 3 value. Okay, so what is this start index? From where you want to slice, stop index till where you want to slice. Okay, and step size is which all elements you want. So let's say if I have an array1 is equal to np.arrange, and we have 25 to 35. Okay, now let's print array1. Array1, what is this array1? This one, right? What I want to slice these elements, right? I want to slice 27 to 30. I want to slice from 27 to 30. So tell me, what will be my start index? Start index will be of 27, 0, 1, 2, right? 2. Colon. What will be my stop index? What will be my stop index? 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 5. Till 5 I want to slice, so I'll be giving one index extra, 6. Execute it. You are getting this. You know, there is a step size I told you. Step size by default, the value of step size is 1. So when you write only 1, it will be taking each element from this range. 2 to 6, it will be taking each element. If you will write 2, it will be taking every second element. So 27 and 29. So if you will see array 1, if will see array 1. After 27, what is the second element? 29. After 29, what is the second element? 31. But we don't have to include 31, right? We have to slice till 30 on. Clear? So when we are giving the step size 2, it says that which element you'll be taking. Every element or every second element or every third element or every fourth element. It depends on the step size. Clear, everyone? Fine. Okay, so now we have discussed the indexing and slicing. We have discussed the iteration concept. Now let's come to the splitting of the arrays. Okay. So now let's say I'm going to take one dimensional array. Array 1 is equal to np dot arrange. Here we are going to take 25 comma 55. We have around 30 element, and let me print array 1. This is a one dimensional array, right? Now this one dimensional array, what we want to do is we want to split it. How we want to split it? I want to split it into the into an array of equal size. Okay. For example, I want to split it into 5 equal. I want to split it into 5 equal sized array. How I can do that? So I can write here array 1 dot split, and not array 1. I'll be writing np dot split array 1. I want 5 equal sized. I'll be writing 5 here. Execute it. We have got 5 equal sized arrays, right? Where each array is having 6 elements. Okay. Each array is having 6 elements. So you can see this is one array, this is second array, this is third array, and this is fourth array, and last one is the fifth array, right? So total we have splitted this large array into 5 equal sized array. Remember, whenever you are splitting the array, so the number here, how many splits you want, or how many splitted array you want, this number should be a factor of the number of element inside the array. Clear? Fine, everyone. This number should be a factor of the number of element inside this array. Fine. If you have 5, if you have 30 element, 5 is a factor. If you have 30 element, 6 is a factor. If you have 30 element, 15 is a factor. 2 is a factor. You can get all this, but if you will write a element or a number which is not a factor of this, for example 7, it will give you an error, value error. Okay. Fine, everyone. Clear? Yeah, you can store all of this splitted array. So you can take, for example, you can take A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 is equal to this. Now let's print A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. We have all these arrays. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I just got a call. Okay. So now I hope you guys are clear on this split, right? So if you want to split the array, you have to give a number in which you can do a equal. You can get an equal sized array, right? Now, next thing, if you'll be giving a number which is not the factor of the number of elements, you will be getting the error. There is another way of splitting the array. Photo is pasting certificate. I'll be getting back to this question, Rijo, later. Okay, I'll be coming back to this question later. Let me complete this topic. So next, what we have, let's say if you want to do the horizontal split or the vertical split, how you can do that. Okay, so for example, I have this array 1 is equal to np dot range, and we have 25 to 61, right? So there are total 36 element, right? Let me reshape dot reshape. I'm going to write here 6 comma 6. So I've reshaped it into a 6 cross 6 array. So I printed array 1. This is the one. Now what I want to split this array horizontally in 3 equal sized array, right? So what I can do, I can use np.split array 1, and I will be writing here 3. So what it is going to do, it is going to split it into 3 equally sized array, right? So this is the splitting of the 2D array, and we have splitted it into 3 equally sized array, right? Clear? So if you see this, here we have 2 rows, here we have 2 rows, and here we have 2 rows. So if you are splitting this, then this number should be a factor of the row, correct? Fine. Now, there is an attribute called axis is equal to 0. When you write axis is equal to 0, by default, it does this split along the rows. Okay. It does this splits along the rows, right? So you can see here, it is, if you'll see array 1, this is the array 1, right? So it is splitting it along the rows. Clear? Now, if you'll execute this, it gives you the same result. But if you will write axis is equal to 1, so we know axis is equal to 1 represents column, right? Executing this is going to split this array along the column, right? So if you see this, 25, 31, 37, 25 to 55, 26 to 56. This will be the first array. Then 27 to 57 and 28 to 55, this will be the second array. And 29 to 59, 30 to 60 is the second array. So what we can understand from this, that if you'll mention axis is equal to 0, it is going to do the split along the row. Axis is equal to 1 is going to do the split along the column, right? Clear? And if you will be passing here any number, let's say if it is not the factor of the rows or column, then it is going to give you the error. If I write 4, it is the error, value error, right? Clear, everyone? Any question? Fine. Okay, so next what we have, I hope you guys have understood this splitting. Now, let me take this array. Let's say I have this array, and I want to split this array along the column. So what I'll be writing, b dot split, and axis is equal to 1, right? Because I want to split it along the column, not b. This will be np dot split, and here it will be b. Okay. To split this array, I want 2 equal sized array, right? So I'll be writing 2 comma. Now, if I see this result, I have got 2 arrays, splitted it along the column. So you have Mexico and Mexico City, UK and London together, and then China, Beijing and France and Paris together, right? So we have splitted this array along the columns, and similarly, if you want to split, you can split it along the rows. Okay. Next, we have the concatenation operation. Let's see how we can perform the concatenation operation. So splitting, let's say you have done this splitting. Now, if you want to concatenate 2 arrays, I am going to take, let's say, these all are the 2 arrays. A is equal to np dot array. Here we have UK, USA, here we have UAE, and here we have India. Okay. And then second array we are having is, and then this we have Washington DC. Okay, this is the 2 arrays. Now, if you want to join these 2 arrays, how you can do that? So joining these 2 arrays will be, this is the concatenation of the arrays, right? So let's see how we can concatenate these 2 arrays. If you want to, let me print first A. A. This is A and this is B. Clear? So these all are the two arrays. If you want to concatenate them, how you can do that? So let's say if you want to concatenate them along the rows, you can write np.concatenate, and you want to concatenate two arrays A comma B. So you'll be passing it inside the bracket always. By default, it does the concatenation along the rows. Okay, so axis is equal to 0 whether you mention or not. By default, it is going to concatenate it along the rows. So it has been concatenated along the rows. If you want to concatenate it along the column, if you want to concatenate these arrays along the column, you'll be writing axis is equal to 1 and they are concatenated along the column. Clear? Fine, everyone? Fine. In this case, remember, when you want to concatenate along the rows, if you want to concatenate along the rows, then number of column should match. Okay. For example, what I'm trying to say here is, let's say you have this array A and you want to concatenate array B. Okay. You want to concatenate array B, and in the array B, number of columns should match, right? So if you will not be having this second row, this is fine. Yeah. Okay. So if you'll be writing np.concatenate and you'll be writing A comma B, right? So by default, it is going to concatenate it along the rows. Let me write axis is equal to 0. You can see it is concatenated. But if you will try to concatenate this same two arrays along the column, it is not possible. Why? Because see, when you will try to concatenate it along the column, so this will be kept here, but you don't have the second row to concatenate here, right? So it will be not possible. But here you have number of columns matching, right? Similarly, if you want to concatenate along the column, the number of rows should match. The number of row should match. Clear? For example, let's say if you have these two rows, these two arrays A and B. So we can do this and this, right? So in this case, number of rows are matching, right? Here you have, in this also you have two rows, and in this also you have two rows, right? So let me concatenate it. np.concatenate A comma B, and here we'll be writing axis is equal to 1. So along the column it can be concatenated, but along the row it will not be. You will not be able to concatenate it. It is going to give you value error in the second case. Okay. Fine. Clear, guys? Any question? Okay. So now we have seen the concatenation operation. Next, let's see a few more functions. How we can find the, let's say, let me take a population data. Okay. So this is the last topic, and after this we are going to have a one example on these topics. Okay, so let me create an array. Array is equal to np.array, and we have this, right? So what is this? This is an array of the population of few countries. Okay, population density, you can say. Now let me print array1, and also I'll shuffle it. So I'll be writing np dot random dot shuffle array1. So it is now random, right? Now, so let's say if I want the, we have seen that how we can find the maximum value. We have np dot max. Let's say if you want to find the index of the maximum value, index of maximum value, how you can do that? So you have np dot argmax, and here you can pass array1. execute it, you are going to get the index of the maximum value. Similarly, if you want to get the index of the minimum value, then you can write here np.argmin and it is going to give you the index of the minimum value. Count it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the minimum value. Clear? Now, let's say if you want the index of the array using which you can sort this array. Okay. So the indices that would sort an array. Basically, I want the indices that can sort an array. How I can do that? To get the index which can sort the array, we have np.arg_sort function, and here we can pass array1. What it will do? It will give you the index which can sort the array. So this is the index which can sort the array. So if you see 6 is the minimum value, right? So that's why it was giving you this. And 37, at 37 index, you have the maximum value. So this is at the end. Now, if you will be passing this to array1, you can get the array sorted in the ascending order. Okay, fine. Clear, everyone? If you want it in the descending order, then you can simply do this colon -1. Okay, you will be getting it into the descending order. Okay, so this is np.argsort. There is one more function, np.where. Okay, so what np.where does? So let's say if you want to do some query that where the value is greater than 50,000, I want those values. So let's say if you'll be using np.where, and here you will be writing array1 greater than 50. Then it will be returning the 50,000. Then it will be returning all those indexes where the value is over 50,000. If you'll execute it, you are getting all the indexes where the value is greater than 50,000. Below expression returns all indexes where value is greater than 50,000. Okay. Now, these all are the indexes you can easily pass to array1. Okay. You will be getting all those values which are greater than 50,000. Right. So this is np.where function. One more function we have. These all are to do the manipulation on the data, or to find the data, or to filter the data basically. Okay. Next we have np.extract. Right. So if you have np.extract here, you can write the condition based on what condition you want to extract the data. So you want all the values which are greater than 50,000, and from which array1 execute it, you will be getting all the values where the value is greater than 50,000. It will extract all the data based on this condition. You can write any condition, whatever data you have based on that condition, it will be giving you the data, right? So these all are few of the functions we have seen. Okay. Now, next, let's come to the one example. Ravel function basically flattens an array. Let's say if we talk about array 1. Ravel. So let's say if you have array1 is equal to np.arrange. Okay, and here you have 25 to 61 dot reshape, and you have 6, 6. Now let's write print array1. What is this array1? Array1 is a multi-dimensional array, 2D array, 6 rows and 6 columns. This is a 2D array. Now let's say if you want this to convert into 1D array, how you can convert this? So you have a Ravel function. So flattening the array, it will be flattening the array. It has converted this into the one-dimensional array. So now I hope it is done. So now let's come to the example of the NumPy, one which we are discussing. So what I'm going to do is, so first of all, what we are going to do, we will take one image. Okay. So I'm going to download one image, and that image, I'm going to do some processing on that image. I'll be using NumPy. Okay. So let's see how we can do that. So let me take one Python image. Okay, so this is the python.jpeg. Okay, this is the image. When I'm opening this image, so it is opening into this format. What I'm going to do, I will convert this image into the array, and then I'll be doing some processing. I'll be splitting the image. I will be joining this image. Let's see how I can do that. So first of all, we have to convert this image into the array format. How can I do that? So we need to import numpy as np. For plotting, I'll be using import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So this Matplotlib is a visualization library, and we'll be discussing into the upcoming webinars. I'll be just using one of the functionality of this Matplotlib to plot the image. Okay, and then I'm going to write from pil import image. Okay, so these three things we are importing. Now next, what I need to do is I'll be writing here array underscore image is equal to image of python.jpeg, right? So I'll be writing here python.jpeg. Okay, now let's see array underscore image what it shows. Okay, image dot open. Okay, so it is this image, right? So what we have done, we have imported, we have opened this image. Now next, what we need to do, we need to convert this image into the array. How I can do that? So let me write here image only, not array image. Here I'll be writing array underscore image. So here we have loaded the image. Okay, loading the image. Now let's see how we can convert this image into the array. Converting the image to array. How we can do that? So we have array underscore image is equal to np dot array, and we can write here img. Now let's see array underscore image. So if you'll see, this has been converted to the array, right? This is a three-dimensional array now. Clear? This is a three-dimensional array, and we have got this array. So how many elements we have? So if you want to check the shape of this array, you can write shape. Okay, there are 225 rows, 225 columns, and 3 repetition of it. Okay, this represents the pixels, 225 cross 225 pixels, and 3 is the represents the RGB value of the image. If you want to check the dimension of the image, array underscore image, if you remember yesterday, we checked ndim, right? So this gives you that it is a three-dimensional array. Okay, and if you want to check how many elements we have, so array underscore image dot size, execute it, we have total these many elements. Okay, now so what we have, array underscore image, this gives you what? That is what we are doing, Yashwant. This is what we are doing. We have converted, we are doing the image analysis, right? PIL is a module. PIL is another module which is used to do the image related operation in Python. Okay, so if you want to convert one image into the array, then you have to first open it using the image.open function, and then you have to convert this into the array. Okay, for example, let's say there was a project where I was working upon for a Delhi based organization as a freelancer. So what they did is, what their requirement was, that they were working on a project where there'll be a camera on the roadside. You can convert any kind of data into the array. Okay, you just have the different packages for that. As of now, we are learning about images, and there are different packages for converting any kind of data into the array. You can do that. So let's say what they used to do is, they used to have the camera on the roadside, and if any vehicle crosses the speed limit, then they used to capture the back side of the vehicle with the help of that camera. Okay, and then using the image analysis, they used to extract the information from that. So basically the number plate, right? So this you can do easily. You can easily slice that part of the image using this concept. Okay, anything you can do. Divya, any data you can convert into the array. You have the different packages for that. Okay. As of now, we will keep these restrictions to this. What about the, it can be in any location. As of now, the default location we have kept it here. If you have the file in some other location, you have to pass the whole path. Okay. We have a different library for the image processing, scikit image. Okay. You will be using that in your ML classes. Okay. Fine. Okay. So now this is the array underscore image. So this is the array represented or representation of the image, right? Now, if you want to convert this image, this array into the image, you can use plt.imshow, and this will be giving you the image, right? Clear? So this array now has been converted into the image. Now let's say if I want to slice this part of this image, how can I do that? This part. Okay. So slicing the image, first of all, what I'm going to do, if you want to slice the image, let's see here, you have to slice it from this 50 to this 175, and then again 50 to around 175, right? So how we can do that? So these all are the pixels, 50 pixel, 175 pixel, this is 50 pixel and 175 pixel. To slice this, you will be using array underscore image. Here you will be using 50 is the starting point, 175 is the ending point, comma 50 colon 175. We will not be doing any slicing on the third value because that represents the color or RGB value. Okay, you cannot slice the RGB value, that will distort the image. So we are just slicing the pixel. Slicing the pixel has given me this array. Now if you want to plot the image, sliced image, you can use plt.imshow again. Okay, execute it. This is the sliced image we have got, right? Okay. Now similarly, if you want to split the image, we have seen that, let's say splitting the image, right? So if I want to split it into 5 parts, A1, A2, A3, A4, and A5, is equal to np.split array1, comma 5. Okay. So I am going to split this array into 5 parts. So let's see if I'll be writing plt.imshow A1. Similarly, plt.imshow A2, A3, A4, and A5. So I have splitted these arrays, this array into 5 equal parts, right? It is possible, correct? So that np dot split, sorry, array1 in array underscore image. Okay, so this is the first part. This is the second part. This is the third part, fourth part, and fifth part, right? So we have splitted this image into 5 equal parts row wise. Similarly, if you want to split this array or split this image into 5 equal parts column wise, what you need to do, you just need to write axis is equal to 1, right? So now here you will be writing B1, B2, B3, B4, and B5. Okay, let me print here B1, this is B2, B3, B4, and B5. So this is the 5 splits of the image vertically, right? Vertically we have splitted these images, right? So we have done horizontal split, we have done vertical split. Now whatever part you want, you can get that. And now let's say how we can join these images. So let's say joining the images, how we can join these images. If you want to join these images, you can use np.concatenate, and you can use a1 comma a2 comma a3 comma a4 comma a5, but these all things should be inside the bracket. Okay, executed by default, these all are the horizontal split, right, or row wise split, so it will be concatenated along the rows, so that is fine. You just use np plt.im show, and this is going to combine these all images into one single image. Okay. Similarly, if you will be doing this b1, b2, b3, b4, and b5, so you are going to get joined images but into this format. Why we are getting into this? Why? Because by default it does the concatenation along the rows. We want to do the concatenation along the column, isn't it? So what we need to do, we need to write here axis is equal to 1. Along the column it is concatenated, right? No, pandas is different thing, Yashwant. Pandas is different thing. Okay, fine everyone. So this is it about the NumPy, and we have ended this session. I'm going to end this session. Let me know, guys, if you have any question. I'm going to upload this file into the Telegram right now. Yeah, Panda session will be after this. So after 2 weeks, we are going to start the Panda session. Okay. Fine, everyone. Bye, everyone. I think that's it for the today's session. We'll meet next time. Okay.